It's Devon from the Maniology team with our weekly live every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. You can find us here on another nail stamping journey. Whether it's tutorial, technique, or hack, we're here to discuss the details, and we are so happy you could join us. Also, if you are digging our live streams and you enjoy being a part of the vibes here, make sure to follow us by hitting that subscribe button. We're all about creativity, nail stamping realness, and just awesome nail art fun. So don't miss out on another Maniology Live, and make sure to subscribe today so we can hang out every Tuesday. Plus, if there's any topics you'd like to share with us or talk about, make sure to drop a comment below. We love hearing from you, and yeah, we love hearing all of your good ideas. So before we jump into today's live, which I'm very excited to share this disappearing hack with you, we'll get into that in a second. I want to let you guys know we have a new Mani challenge this month for the month of June. This is our anniversary month, so it's a big month for us. And the grand prize is going to be a Maniology beach set or beach gift set. So make sure you head over to our website and check out all the details, and it'll tell you about the theme and everything. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and please make sure you enter. It's going to be a really fun one. Again, this is our birthday month, so we're going to go big. All right, now let's hop into the live. Today, we are going to be showing you guys how to create a disappearing gradient stamp. So let me explain. First, you're going to need the 7-in-1 potion base coat. We're going to be using fish scale today, B476. Here, let me give that a second. And then we're using Translan. So this is B176. Hold on, let's see. There we go. And then we're going to be using one of my favorite colors right now, and that is Bluebell. So let me show you how to create this look. Oh, I thought I had, of course I don't. I thought I had a sponge near me, but let me see if I can go grab a sponge real quick. Of course, the main component that I need for today's live, I completely forget. So here we go. I have a makeup sponge. And what you're going to do is when you have a makeup sponge, always make sure to clean it off. You can either use a piece of Scotch tape, or you can use your sticky stamper station and just remove the lint. I don't know if you guys can see here. Let me see if I can show you. It's kind of hard to see, but there's like a bunch of little like black dots and linty stuff that just came off. So make sure that you go ahead and just gently do this to give your sponge a nice clean surface. And then we're going to go ahead and take these two colors and we're going to make a gradient. So in the past, I have talked to you guys about how you can create a really cool like ombre gradient using the 7-in-1 base coat, 7-in-1 potion base coat, because this acts like a slip layer. Well, I also found out you can use it for a regular gradient, and you can also use it in another way, which you don't know yet. So I'm going to first show you the basic stuff, and we're going to create this gradient together. Load up your sponge, and then we're going to go ahead and take this 7-in-1 and really load it up specifically where the two colors meet. Load it up with your 7-in-1. Now, might do a little bit more down here in case it got dry. Having a lot of 7-in-1 is more important than having a lot of like blue. You're just gonna damp off the excess. And already it created a very nice little gradient. I don't know if you could tell, but you'll see it more when we start to sponge this on. So first of all, look at how seamless this gradient is already. I don't know if you guys can tell, but if I had just, okay, how else? I'm trying to think of ways to explain this. It's very hard to create a gradient that looks like you have a clear base down below that is nice and seamless. So when I figured this out, I was so in love with this trick because now I have a nice way to create a gradient that goes from clear to whatever color I want. You could try with clear polish, and I've tried before, but sometimes I don't have as smooth of a transition as I get with using the 7-in-1 base coat. So this base coat, I love it. I don't know what way to explain this other than like a slip layer. This is kind of like in gel, when you're working with gel, we call certain things like slip layers. So for example, if you're working with like a builder gel, you have to apply a slip layer first and then you apply your builder gel. And the slip layer acts like a kind of like a barrier or like a slip. Just like how you would imagine a slip works for a dress or a skirt, that's what this 7-in-1 base coat is for gradients or ombres. It's the slip to help create smooth, pretty finishes. So again, the area where the two colors meet, that's where you really want to load up the 7-in-1 base coat. So we're just going to go ahead and tap it out over here again, just to make sure we have a nice smooth effect. Then I'm going to go back here and apply more. And then once I take the tip off of this, you guys are going to see how awesome this is and like how beautiful it looks, because it's just going to look like it's a pretty airbrush effect. It's so nice. And I just love, love, love this technique. And you're probably going to see me do this technique for other upcoming releases or launches of like new products and stuff. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anymore. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Okay, so there we go. Just loading it up. Gonna splotch it out again just to make sure we get off the excess. This is the reason why I always just do a little top test on here. So that way we get all of the excess off. And then we're gonna have to give that a moment to dry. So the other cool thing that I like about this is we're creating a slight milky barrier down here. Now, if you wanted and you didn't really want to have a strong milky barrier, then maybe only doing 2 coats would be good. I kind of actually want to build that milky barrier up just a little bit. So that's a personal preference. And that's kind of the reason why I went over multiple times, just so that way I could build the milkiness up on the bottom. And then now we have to let this dry for a couple of seconds. And then once it's dry, I'm going to pull it off. Yeah, I should probably wait. You all know me, I'm so impatient, but I'm going to do my best and I'm going to try and wait because I want to make sure that this comes out beautifully so that way I can show you what to do after. So let's see if we... Okay, I think I can pull it up. So take a look at that. Like, it's such a flawless fade. It literally looks like airbrush. Let me see if I have a dark background that I can use so that way you can see here. So I'm gonna hold this up. You see how smooth that fade is? It just looks so good. It's giving airbrush without the airbrush hassles. And I have an airbrush machine, and that thing is, I like it, but it can be quite annoying to deal with. It can be very difficult to clean. It can also be not safe because, there's like basically all this chemicals flying in the air since you're spraying this thing. So this is a way to get the airbrush look without all of the dangers and all of the problems with airbrush. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take Bluebell, and I'm going to use plate M285. I think we're going to use this design. Today, this live actually might be pretty quick and easy because this technique is pretty simple. Excuse me. It's simple but high impact, which is, again, I've talked to you guys about that many times. Low effort, high impact, that's the way we want to go. So we're going to add polish. Ooh, that was a lot of polish. Oh no. That might have been way too much polish. We'll see. And then you're going to take your 7-in-1 and you're going to load it up. So we're just going to load it up here. And I'm going to leave a little weird gap there. So that way when I scrape the excess polish, the two of them can hopefully blend beautifully together. And let me grab my scraper card because I realized I didn't even have one near me. And I'm going to just try and mix these two, blend them together. Okay, looks like we've got something blended. Grab your stamper, pick up the design. Can you see this right now? You see how this is blended? Here, let me see if I can like move this or like do something like this. Look at that. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus. Okay, tell me, where'd the rest of the stamp go? It disappeared. This is my disappearing stamp hack. I love this hack. So I don't know if I want to use this one because it doesn't look perfect. I want it to be like, it's pretty. It looks pretty perfect. You know what? No, I'm not going to accept this first batch or this first stamp. And I really hope I don't regret this later. But I'm going to stamp this on here so you guys can see. The stamp disappeared. Now, for those of you who are like, you could easily do this with like black and white or solid blah, blah, blah. Look, I'm telling you. Yes, I could do that. Like if I wanted, okay, let's just pretend I made, instead of this white part, it was purple. Yes, we all know that that can fade because that's easy with cream colors. But can you do it to make it go semi-sheer? I don't think so. I don't think you can. I really don't. So honestly, this is pretty cool. I have to convince you. I'm going to have to convince you. But when I figured this out, I was so ecstatic and so happy because I want that look sometimes. I want to have like the disappearing look, but I can't do it, especially with clear. I might even be able to show you on a clear nail tip on how flippin' awesome this is. But let me, I have a clear nail. Here. I'm going to show you on a clear nail tip why this is thebomb.com. And if you're from the 90s, you know that phrase. Yes, I am older. So I'm going to put it on there and then we're going to do it again. Let me clean off this scraper card because that has a lot of polish on it. So let's try with this color. So again, purple up here. And then lots of Milky white. And the milky white doesn't show up. It just acts as like, whoops. Might have done it too far down. Let's see. Yeah, I did a little bit too far down. But this one wasn't my finest work, not gonna lie, especially because you can still see the purple all the way through. So that was a me problem. I'm gonna do it again so that way you guys can see it on clear. But for those of you who are like, why can't you just use clear stamping polish? You cannot, because clear stamping polish, there is no such thing. First of all, there's no such thing as clear stamping polish. That's one reason why you cannot. The second reason why you can't do it with like top coat or base coat, for those of you who are like, why can't you do it with base coat or top coat? Because for some reason, the base coat and top coat, the formula is almost too wet, so it literally will not pick up. And I've tried it before and I can't get a pickup. So it has to be, for some reason though, with the 7-in-1, this can be stamped with. Now, if you try to just regularly stamp with it, it's just clear. So you're really not going to see much of anything because as you can see here, it's just only lightly tinted white. And so it's not going to show when you have such a thin layer. So you're going to have to do this thing a couple of times and over scrape till you can get a nice blend. Okay, yes, here we go. Perfect. Oh, this is almost too perfect to stamp on here. No, it's too perfect to stamp on here. I'm sorry, I gotta do it on here. Oh, it's beautiful. Love it. Look at her. Look at her. She is stunning. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, darling. We'll get back to this in a sec. I'm going to try it one more time, but I'm going to do it on a clear tip so you can see it truly is a disappearing stamp. Oh, I just love this technique so much. I'm so excited. Again, I think the thing is that, you know, like I've shared with you before, I've been stamping for 10 years. Finding new hacks, new tricks, new stamping techniques becomes far and few between because you've just been doing it for so long. So, and there's so many other people who've done it before you. So it's hard to constantly come up with new because it feels like a lot of things have already been discovered. So when you find something that is new and you find a brand new technique like this, it just feels so amazing. It feels like, I don't know, I'm a nail stamping explorer. Okay, so let me remove this. Now, where is here? Let me use something white so that way it's easier for you all to see. Because I think this being so much color makes it. Where is the bottom of the stamp? There is none. Like, are you seeing this right now? Are you seeing this? It just disappeared. I love that for us. So imagine like doing this on, oh, well, you don't even have to imagine. I did it here. And here, let me put the other tip next to it. So we're not done with this tip. I do want to add like a little bit more to it. But, okay. So look at these together. Look at how this just like very seamlessly faded in. It looks so good. I love that. Okay, now for this one, the coup de grace. is, also if I said that wrong, please forgive me. So now to really hide, I mean, if you look at this very closely, you're not going to be able to see it on camera. I really don't think you'll be able to catch this, but I can in person. There are just the tiniest little lines here, and it's that 7-in-1 potion, so I can see that there are tiny fade lines from the 7-in-1. It is so tiny, it's very, very minimal. As soon as I top coat this, it'll probably disappear. But if you really want to make sure things blend and no one ever sees, and it just truly fades away, here's where fish scale comes in. So what you're going to do is you're going to apply a bunch of fish scale here. Now, if you're asking, why not just apply fish scale directly on? The reason why I don't want to apply fish scale directly on is because there. So when I paint fish scale on, it's going to be too thick of a coat, and then I'm going to end up hiding too much of this purple design. I don't want to hide that much. So the trick that I'll do is I'll paint the fish scale on here, and then I'll pick it up with the stamper. There'll usually be too much excess polish, and then I stamp it again. So you can see here, I picked it up here, I stamped the excess here, and now I have just a very, very thin layer, which you can kind of see here. It's like, I have a very, very thin layer, the thinnest layer possible that I'll be able to get. I won't be able to get as thin of a layer like this with applying it with the brush. This is the thinnest layer I can get. And then I'm going to go ahead and just, bam, stamp it right on. And look at how beautiful. Look at this. Whoa, it makes me so excited. There. Look. Isn't she pretty? And then she's got a little bit of that red sheen. And then you could just go ahead and top coat this like normal. So you can either use the smudge free. You could, if you don't want to use a smudge free, you could float the speed dry top coat. Just be really careful. And yeah, and that's basically it. This is the look. So color theory now. The darker you go with the colors, the more risk you play. This purple is a mid-tone. That's going to be easy. Now we're talking, if you're trying to mess around with black and do a black disappearing stamp, good luck and Godspeed. That's all I have to say about that. You can try it. We can try it. I'm not going to guarantee anything. Black is so hard to blend seamlessly. I mean, you really gotta be real good with that and real quick. Would I try it? Probably not. I would not try a color as dark as this because I just feel like the chances of me getting it to be perfect get lower and lower the darker the color gets. This is flawless. It's a flawless fade. Especially for those of you who love negative space manicures, which is me, even though I rarely do it on my own nails because my nails are long and I have extensions, blah, blah, blah. I actually love negative space manicures, especially on short nails. And I'm talking short with no free edge, kind of short. People who have big nail beds but no free edge, you guys are meant to wear negative space manicures. Your nails are perfect for that. I'm so jealous of those types of nails. I just didn't get that, but it's okay. What I didn't get, I can glue on with gel. So again, I can't promise this is going to work out. The standards are very low right now for this color combination. This is a big ask. But I know you guys want to see the dark color combo, so we're going to try. But I think the reason why this is going to be, already, it's just because it's not, maybe we should have started off with clean stamp. That would have probably been ideal situation number one. Okay, let me try one more time. I mean, this, not gonna lie, this doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad, but it's not as smooth as the purple. So let me try and stamp it on here. Ooh, whoops. Well, that turned out like a hot mess, but it's okay. We're just gonna redo this. I don't know why I put all of my cottons right on my sticky stamper station. That was not a great idea. Well, it's okay. Let's do this again. And I'm gonna try one more time with black. Now, if I can get it with black, you guys are gonna be able to get it with any color because black is the darkest color. That's the hardest color to do this with. Colors that have like white base mixed into it, like pastels. Pastels have a lot of white mixed into it. Those colors are gonna be fine. It's dark colors like this that are gonna give you problems. So let's do this. Put black higher up, and then you're gonna go in with your 7-in-1 base and just load it up. I'm loading it up so that way when I start to overscrape, one, the stamp doesn't dry out, and two, I have enough of both liquids or both polishes so that way I can get a nice fade. So this is the other, well, not bad. I mean, it's not bad, but it's also not as seamless as the purple. Let me see, where did I put that little purple tip? Oh, there, here. Let me show you guys the comparison. So let me grab this and then move all this other junk out of the way. Okay, so I feel like the purple, like this area, it's this area, because here obviously we know the color is going to be the most concentrated here, but here you can't really see the scrape marks, where here on this side you can kind of see the scrape marks where it's starting to like blend. These two colors are blending, but you can actually see the scrape marks of it, and that I'm not the hugest fan of. But maybe, let me see, for a dark color, if you're going to work with it, maybe the trick to making it disappear, those like marks, is the same trick that we used to make it disappear here. So we can try that. And yeah, so let me try again. So just load up a bunch of polish here, and I'm telling you, you don't even need the brush to know this, or need to brush it on. I'm telling you the easiest way is stamp, stamp. And now we have the thinnest coat possible. Because you just need a thin coat. You don't need a lot. And then we're gonna go over here. Is this dry enough? Give it a second to dry. So I think you can even tell here when you look at this. I don't know if you guys, well, maybe not. Maybe you can't tell on the camera, but in person, I can see how thick of a coat this is. It's really thick versus this one, it's so thin. And then obviously this is the thinnest. So, oh yeah, this adding like this kind of, oh, whoops, not this. Where did I put it? My fish scale. Okay, so adding fish scale or something like one of the colors from the Sunrays collection, I think that helps kind of hide. So now I can't really see those streak marks that I was talking about earlier. Remember how I mentioned like I could see the scrape marks from me having to scrape the polish to try to fade the 7-in-1 potion into the black? Now I can't really see them because this thin layer creates enough of a distraction and also enough of a filter to kind of make it disappear. Although it does change the color. Now the black looks like it's like a dark red instead of a black, but it does work. It does work. So I feel like once I take it off though now, here, look. Now I think you can kind of see the stroke marks a little bit more, or the scraper card marks a little bit more, but I don't know. It's negligible. If you really wanted to do dark colors, you know that you can. It may not be as seamless as the purple, for example, or like if you choose to do a lighter color, but you at least have the option to try. I cannot guarantee it's going to be perfect results, but something to keep in mind, unlike this one is perfect. It literally disappears. Look at it. I'm so happy. I'm literally so happy here. Let me try and move the tip up on the sticky thing so that way the base looks clear. Like, what the heck? Love, love, love how this disappears. Stunning. So, I think that's pretty much it for today. Trying to see if I have any questions or any things I missed. Give me a sec. Yeah, unfortunately, this live isn't as long as like some of our other lives. I know you guys love to hang out with us on Tuesdays and spend, like an hour with us if we can, even sometimes longer. But unfortunately, I feel like it's pretty good. You guys, doesn't seem like you guys have too many questions. And if I did miss your questions, just make sure to write it in the comment section below, because we have people who will go ahead and take a look and then forward the questions to us. So our customer service team is on it. They're always really helpful. They always forward questions to us, especially if it's like technique stuff. So for those of you who are asking again what colors I used today, so it was Transland, B176, Bluebell, B509, and then, 7-in-1 Potion Base Coat. So this base coat is the GOAT. Honestly, I've used this base coat many times. I've used it to make to color in clouds. I've used it for lightning. I've used it for this disappearing trick. I've also used it for aura nails or like blush nails. This is the one. If you're looking for one, this is the one. She can do so many things. And then I also used fish scale today, and it doesn't have to be fish scale. It could be any color from the Sunrays collection or any like sheer kind of thing like that. I think you could even use moonbeams if you want, but just know moonbeams has like a shimmery effect. So if you're okay with that, then you could go for it. I wanted to have like a smooth, silky effect, because that's the feeling that I get when I look at this design. I feel like it's smooth and silky, and it just, yeah, I don't know. I think it's the waves also. And then, today I used the wavy plate, or making waves plate 285. So that is everything. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this live. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again. And I hope everyone has a great week. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.